The interesting thing about the Hawaiian energy grid is that we have a very low base load at night. When everyone's sleeping, we have a very low amount of energy being consumed. When the sun comes up and people begin going to work, the energy goes up. We peak out at around noon, sometimes late noon, maybe up until 2 o'clock. Then the energy load begins to go back down. Everyone goes home and the energy load peaks back up for a second and more significant peak. The nice thing about solar energy is it directly addresses that first peak. So when people are at work, when the sun is overhead and the air conditioning systems are operating very hard, there is no better technology than solar energy because it is optimally working at that moment of time, and it also helps to offset the utility's desire or need to run their more inefficient generators. So it actually is a win-win. The thing about Sopogy's system is that we can shift over our energy to directly address that second peak as well. So when people are going home between 5 to 9 o'clock at night with an adequate amount of storage, we can continue delivering energy into the grid during that period of time. And you can also add or supplement the energy being produced here from the sun with a boiler that could be burning, for example, biodiesel or ethanol. That allows us to have the ability to go even further into the night. Now, when all of that is said and done, we can actually shut the systems down and allow the grid, the utility, to go back to where they optimize themselves, and that's at your base load. The technology is still relatively new, whereas photovoltaic, which is what you're generally going to see on top of a home and convert sunlight through a semiconductor to create electrical power, has been around for about 5 or 7 years, really on a large-scale commercial basis. When you talk about solar energy technologies, and you want to try and figure out the cost of the system, the best way to do it is to figure out where you are now. And with a system like ours, we're about 15 or 20% cheaper than what Hawaiian Electric would charge you for your energy today. Now, we have to have an installation that's large enough to be able to do our type of systems. In this two-panel system that you see behind me today, this would be enough for about a home. So we would want to be able to generate energy at a large enough scale, but the cost of energy is at or below the rate of energy from Hawaiian Electric right now. A technology like ours would generally be best suited for the utility itself in a large-scale solar farm, and we have one in Kona at the Natural Energy Laboratories of Hawaii. So these would be typically larger type installations.